Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, we will discuss the most common syntax and logical errors beginners makes in Java. Okay, that means while writing a code, what beginners can commit, the mistakes, those mistakes, whether it can be a syntax error or logical errors, those errors we will discuss. Okay, let's start. In Java, mainly there are three types of errors. First one is compile time error, second one is runtime errors, and third one is logical errors. Compile time error means syntax errors. Means whatever, while writing a code, if you miss something, whether it may be a semicolon or any parenthesis braces, syntactically if you have missed something, then it will show the compiler will show you the syntax errors. Okay, that means the Java C compiler, during the compilation time, if any syntax errors occurs, it will stop the execution and it will show that uh, you have committed some syntax errors. Okay, now coming to runtime errors are nothing but exceptions. Index out of bound exception, arithmetic exceptions you will get. Those are runtime errors, not compile time errors. Okay, then logical errors. Logical error means your program will execute correctly, but you will not get the expected output. What you are thinking, that output you will not get. Some other output if you are getting, that means there is some logic is miss in that, so you will get the wrong output. So these are the mainly three types of errors. So let's discuss the syntax errors one by one. What a beginner can commit the mistakes, those mistakes we will discuss now while writing the code. So syntax errors. Okay, so first very common mistake is they will miss the semicolon. Okay, here what is missed? You have declared a variable here, a is equal to 10, but you have not kept the semicolon. So the compiler will tell you that you have missed the semicolon. So the correct declaration will be int a equal to 10. After writing that, you need to keep the semicolon. So in Java, every line ends with a semicolon. If you miss that, you will get the syntax error. Okay. Next mistake what they can commit is if they miss the parenthesis or braces. If they have not correctly mentioned, then also you will get the syntax error. Here, if you check, you have given a condition if a is greater than 5, then you are writing a print statement, but you have not closed it, that function, that system.println method, you have not closed it. See, there is a opening braces is there, but you have not written, but you have, if you have not written the closing brace, even then also you will get the syntax error. Okay, so the correct way, you have to keep the closing brace and keep the semicolon. Okay, next, misspelling the keywords. In Java, there are predefined keywords like you have this keyword, super keyword, and this keyword starts with the small letters. See here, T, S, public, private, class. So these are some predefined keywords in Java which starts from the small letters. But here you have mentioned, let us suppose you have mentioned here, capital public, capital P, then also you will get the wrong syntax error. That means in Java, the whatever is there, exactly you need to mention the exact keyword. So you cannot, uh, it is case sensitive. The keywords are case sensitive. Okay, you cannot get it with the higher case if it is lowercase. Okay, so you should mention small p, public, class, and then test. then opening and closing the braces. Okay, so this is definition of a class. You are defining a class here, but you have used the incorrect keyword. You have mentioned the capital P over there, which is wrong. Okay, next, incorrect main method means sometimes while writing a code, people will not include this string argument will not include, then also you will get the syntax error. So in Java there is a predefined uh, this is the standard method from where the execution starts. From main method, actually the program execution, the actual execution starts from the main method. Okay, and there is a standard line for that: public static void and main. Inside main you need to pass the arguments. String, S is capital here. Why? This string is a class. String is a class and you are passing the arrays arguments, string arrays arguments here. Okay, so this is a method. Public, P is small here, S is small, static is keyword, right? So small, V is small here, M is small here. Okay, so this is a standard defining for main method in Java. Okay, next, using a variable before declaring. Here what mistake people have can commit is, you have not declared the variable but you have assigned a value to that variable. For example, here you have given a x is equal to 5, but you have not declared it. It is not Python which automatically takes the data types. You need to mention which data type that variable should hold. Okay, so for that you need to mention like int x is equal to 5, like this you can mention. So you need to define there, you need to declare there which data type you want to that value should hold, whether integer or string, like that. If it is string, you need to mention string a is equal to abc, like this you need to mention. Okay, next, type mismatch. Here you have declared the data type but you have declared the wrong data type here. See, you are telling int a is equal to, you are taking a variable of integer type but storing the value of string hello. You are storing the value of string, which is wrong, which is type mismatch error you will get, syntax error. Okay, so when you have declared the integer type of a variable, you need to store inside a integer values only you need to store. So a can be any integer values. Integer values. You cannot store inside that string. If you want to store string, you need to declare the proper data type. So string. S is small, okay? String a is equal to hello. So this is the correct one. Now coming to logical errors. Logical errors are nothing but when some logic is missed inside that method or program. So you will not get any syntax error here, but you will not get the expected output, what actually you want. Okay, output will not be get as expected. So when there is some logic is missed means you will get the wrong output. Okay, for this Java will not warn you that you have missed some logic there, you need to correct it. Then what is the need for writing the programmers will create a logic, isn't it? If a compiler itself, if it tells, then what is the need of programmer to write the logic at all and create applications, isn't it? So that's why Java will not warn you about the logic is if logic is missed. So you need to think where you have written a mistake in your code that you are not getting the expected output. So you need to debug that. So those errors are called as logical errors. So for example, here let us take one example here. You have taken a for loop. For int I is equal to 0, I less than or equal to array dot length I plus plus, and you are printing those array elements, array of I here. Okay, let us suppose I am taking an array int arr equal to 1 comma 7 comma 9. Let us suppose these are my array elements. Okay, so these are the index values. Index values starts from 0, right? So 0, 1, 2. And what is the length of this array? How many elements are there in that elements? Length is 3. Length is equal to 3. Okay, so here check, when I is equal to 0, 0 is less than or equal to 3. 0 is less than or equal to 3. Yes, it will go inside that and it will print the 1. Okay, now next I plus plus. It will go for I plus plus. It will increment the I value. Now 0 will go and it will become 1. Now 1 is less than or equal to 3. Yes, 1. Then again it will print the 7. Okay, now again I plus plus. It will come for 2. Okay, 2 is less than or equal to 3. Yes, it will print the 9. Again, now I plus plus 3. 3 is less than or equal to 3, but there is no index at, no element at that index. At index 3, there is no element, isn't it? Our length is 3, but index is starting from 0. So 0 comma 1 comma 2. Actually, it will not print any output. It will not print this 1 comma 7 comma 9. For explaining, I am telling like that. I have explained, but you will get the error. Okay, what error you will get? Let us check here. So when you give less than or equal to here, that means you are reaching the index values. You are reaching the index, exceeding the index. Index value is 0, 1, 2. Okay, but you are checking for 3 index also. There is no element at 3 index, right? There is no element at index 3. So that's why here you will get the error index 3 out of bound for length 3. Index 3 out of bound for length 3 error you will get, which is the exception error. Exception error. Okay. So here you will not get any output. For explaining, I have told that how iteration goes. Okay. So for that, what you need to do? What you need to do here? You need to write just I less than arr dot length. Less than. For example, here 3, right? So less than 3 means okay. For equal to 3, it will go for item. It will exceed the range. Okay, so you need to write less than that array or array dot length. So these are the logics. These are not syntax error. You have missed some logic here. You are not getting the expected output. Okay. Next question, let us check. Like example, resetting variables at wrong place. For example, you have taken here some variable and you have initialized the 0 value for that variable. Okay. Now again, when you run the for loop, I is equal to 0, I less than array dot length. For example, array you have taken 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. Okay, you have taken the array. This I have not declared properly here. For example, I am showing here. Okay, so let us suppose the array elements are 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. So when you take this I value 0, 0 is less than, here its length value is 4. Okay, and index starts from 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now when you when I is equal to 0 and 0 less than 4, yes, it will come inside. And again what you are doing here, you have declared again the sum variable as 0, so it will not update the sum. It will not update the sum. Instead, it is making that sum value 0. Also you are declaring twice. Here also you are declared sum, and here also you are declared sum. Okay, so redeclared inside loop. Okay, you will not get any syntax error, but you will not get the expected output. Next, using equal to. This is also one of the common mistake people commit. Equal to instead of dot equals. There is no equal to. If you write equal to now, so it will compare the memory values, not the string value. So in order to compare the string value, you should write if name dot equals, and inside that you need to provide the string. Okay, opening and closing condition. Okay, so name dot equals is there, not equal to. Next, I have already told you this index out of range value. Okay, next example is off by one whereas, means index out of range, some error is occurred here. Error is not occurred, but you are getting the exception there. You are not getting the expected output. There is no syntax error, but you are not getting the expected output. For here, the array elements are 1, 2, 3. Index starts from 0, 1, 2. Okay, and you are printing some elements, but you are printing here array of 0 is fine. Okay, you will get one value. Array of ARR of 1, you will get the value. ARR of 2, you will get the value. But there is no element at index 3. There is no element at index 3. So it will get the index out of range exception. For example, here, forgetting to update the variables. What you did here, you are writing a while loop, okay, and you are printing the hello. Okay, but you have not incremented this I value. If you not increment this I value, what will happen? It will go while 0 is less than 5. Yes, 0 is less than 5. Then it will print the hello. It is not incremented. It is not incremented or not updated the I value. Again it will check for I value 0. 0 less than 5. Yes. Again it will print hello. Again it will go. I value is not incremented. Again I value is 0 only. So again 0 less than 5. Yes. So it will go on printing. Go on printing hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Go on printing. So it will run infinitely. Okay. So you need to mention here I plus plus. You need to update this I value to run this loop for 5 times. Okay. Next, reversing the if else logic. Here what it means, you are telling A in condition A is less than B. Okay, and printing what A is greater, which is reverse. You are reversing that meaning. Okay, you are telling A is less than the B value, but you are telling that A is greater, so you are conveying the wrong message. Next, returning too early inside loops. For example, you have run the for loop. This is one of the very important. Very important. This is very important. Okay. Most of the time in your Java code also, they will ask you to iterate all entirely. It should run, and you need to return some value. Okay, but here what you are doing, it is int I is equal to 0, I less than array dot length and I plus plus, and you are returning the array of I. Okay, so here what will happen, I value is 0, 0 less than, let us suppose length is 3, 0 is less than 3, yes, it will go inside it and it will return the array of 0. So whatever there at array of 0 indexed, that will get returned. So it will not go for next iteration. It will not go for the next iteration. I plus plus it will not get, because you are returning the array of index. So that too early returning this is. It is not iterated for all the values. So you need to write this return at last. Return array of I. Meaning is you want to iterate all the values inside a array. Okay, not a single element. Here only a single element is iterated and it is not going for other element. That is the case. Okay, so when you want to iterate all the elements, the return statement should not be present inside. So that's it. So these are some few common mistakes a beginner can commit while writing the code. Hope you understood this and hope you like this session also. Thank you for watching.